Bienvenidos al Amigos Flyways podcast. I am your host, Joey Masayo. I have thick with 2 C's, Cal.
What's up, baby? What up, son? God.
Please pan the camera.
And we have Caudio in the building. Carter, what's up, buddy?
Not much.
Damn. Yeah, I'm getting roasted on TikTok.
Dude, you have to start out the
podcast. Yeah. No, I'm getting roasted on TikTok. Yeah, I got a bad camera angle. No, I look fat, dude. Like, just what do you do, man?
Carter, can you
Shit
please explain
happens.
it? Because I think it's so good when you explained it.
There was a video Cal wanted to film, and he had me set up the camera and then move it. Then before we quit filming it, I said, "Are you sure that this is the camera angle you want?" And yeah,
Carter, you should have been like, no, bro, it's because you look fat from this camera angle. Then I would have been like, oh shit, yeah, we should change it. You leave out why you ask me that question.
well, you saw it.
I didn't see it, bro. I'm standing in front of the camera. How would I see it?
I made you come behind the camera and look at it.
Yeah, but Carter, then what? You went and stood in front of it and then I saw it?
No. I took a video of you so you can
Whatever.
see.
Yeah, I don't know. Shit happens, buddy.
But we look at the video and we posted it, what, like 2-3 hours ago?
Yeah.
And it had like really low likes. And Cal's like, oh man, it's just like my face. A TikTok algorithm doesn't like it. And Carter's like, TikTok actually removed a comment.
Holy shit. Yeah, the first comment. Yeah, what did the guy say?
Boy, that boy is
damn, my guy's thick with 2 C's.
But he said with 2 C's.
Yeah. Yeah. No,
And
he
TikTok
literally
was
he
like-
said it with 2 C's, spelled it with 2 C's, then wrote with 2 C's. So
And
TikTok was like, yeah, you're fat, so that's mean.
Hey, that's mean. Also true. So we should probably
It's unbelievable.
remove that.
My guy, dude. Telling him. Should have seen me like 70 pounds ago, bro. Comments would have been popping off. Damn.
Oh,
Anyway, here we are.
that still hurts.
Such is life. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable.
And Cal took it so good too. He's like, damn.
I mean, I watched the video. Like I saw the video and I'm like, damn. I look thick with 2 C's in the video, dude.
Boy, he
What are you going to do? Like, I watched the video. If I think I look thick with 2 C's, yeah, then you look thick with 2 C's. I look like a retired bodybuilder. That's really what I look like, a guy that used to get a lift on, and I haven't done.
Well,
the
you just
lifting in a
stopped
while.
putting needles into you a while
Yeah,
ago.
exactly.
Oh,
Unreal.
absolutely incredible.
Yeah.
All right, guys, this podcast is brought to you by Outlaw Light. This beer is so good, and I'm so pumped that a beer company is sponsoring the podcast,
Can I
but
get a
also a good beer company.
Yeah.
Yes, you can.
Joey, didn't you say they're in a new state now, or something? I think you said no. They were in Nebraska.
New state today.
Iowa.
New state today. Which state today?
Iowa.
Iowa today.
Yep.
Nice.
You don't believe me? Unbelievable.
Oh no
Said it 3 times.
Because the thing is, you told me Iowa last week, so I thought maybe it was a new one.
I'm very untrustworthy on
No,
all
no,
levels.
that's-
No, it's okay. It's okay.
All right.
It's okay. But if you have Outlaw in your state, get it, because I can't drink Busch Light anymore. After drinking Outlaw, I simply can't do it.
It
It's
is
like
actually
skunk
weird.
water.
Like you kind of like I liked it when we first had it.
They had at the wedding I went to, they had an open bar with just Busch Light and a pitcher.
Nice.
And a guy I met there, I brought him out to my car and gave him a smuggled Outlaw. We brought like 4 into the wedding and just kept pouring it into our cups instead of pouring the Busch. So,
Yeah.
I mean,
Write that down, guys.
yep.
Once you get a taste, and once you get a taste for a beer, the other beers are weird.
It is true.
Yeah.
It used to be McGolden, big McGolden guy, and then I went to Busch. Like Coors has always been in the mix, and then I went to Busch, and I was like, unbelievable, right? And then had Outlaw, and all of them taste like shit. The Golden tastes like shit like 3 years ago, though.
Low key, you want to know what beer I actually liked quite a bit for a long time?
Green Belt.
Keystone. I was a Keystone Light guy. Like, I didn't hate it, dude. Like, I would for sure take a Keystone Light.
Dude, I mean, that's what you drink at college, at a party. Like, we're playing beer pong. We're playing Wizard Staff. What can I drink that tastes exactly like water?
Wizard Staff?
Yeah, I talked about it on the podcast, didn't I?
I don't know. I don't think so.
One of the funniest drinking games you've ever seen in your life.
Tell me.
I learned it from Josh Bodkin down at Florida Gulf Coast.
Of course.
And it was a wild time in my life. Florida Gulf Coast University, when they were doing super good in basketball, that's when I was there.
Yeah.
So like the parties were unbelievable.
Dude.
It was like 2012, 2013.
No, it was after that they were good, I think.
I don't know.
Anyway, they were never bad at basketball, I don't think, either way.
But they were like always in the Final Four or something.
Yeah, they were. I don't know if it was. Yeah, who knows?
I was there for
that's amazing.
I was there for a big game.
Dude, that school in general is probably just dumb party.
Epic.
Yeah.
So anyway, Wizard Staff. Okay. I learned so many new drinking games down there. Beer ball.
Yeah.
I taught you that.
Yep.
That game is ridiculous. But Wizard Staff.
All these games are like violent too.
They are violent, and I think that's why I like them so much.
Yeah.
So Wizard Staff is by far the most violent.
Okay.
So what you do is it's like a throughout the night type of a deal, and the first person to drink as many beers as they are tall becomes the wizard. And the way that you become the wizard is after you drink the beer, you duct tape the cans together.
Yes.
So eventually it's like a leaning tower of cans, and like all the guys that beat me every single time throughout the night, because we'd play like 6 times a night. Bad.
What?
Bad.
No. You're 6 foot tall? Don't make me do
Back
the
then
math.
I wasn't.
5'8"?
I don't know.
Dude.
I definitely played it 3 times one night, and I lost all 3 times.
68 inches of beer is like, well, how tall? 6 inches? That's like 11 beers. You drank 66 beers in a night?
No, well, throughout the day.
I
don't know if I drank 66. It was a lot.
Because I've sat down with Ricky Johnson.
You remember the canoe?
In a contest.
You remember the canoe?
Yeah, but Ricky Johnson.
You remember Matt Wallen's bachelor party? I won Beer Olympics.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, no, you impressively absolutely did.
Yes, and that was a lot of Keystone that day.
Ricky was in the finals with you, though,
threw
right?
up.
Yeah, you died. You actually won because you guys had gotten so many points early on.
Well,
was
we never
it you
cheated.
and Nathaniel?
Yeah, we never cheated.
Well, you guys both, nimble, quick guys.
Yeah, we killed
and
it.
you killed the comps. And then later in the day, you guys didn't even play in the last 2 because you were inside. You were throwing up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and they still won. They had so many points from the early part of the day.
We literally killed it.
That no one else could win enough points in the other events.
Don't remember half of it.
Yeah.
But anyway, I woke up in a bed with Matt's dad. So
nice.
It was wild. He's like, hey, man, you're sleeping in my bed. I'm like, anyway. So Wizard Staff, you start stacking the beers on top of each other, and then you duct tape them. And the better you duct tape them, the better off you are. And these guys aren't like playing casually.
Sure.
They're hammering them.
Sure.
So they like hammer 6, and then they take a break for like an hour, and then they come back and hammer another 6. Like, it's intense. And here I am just like, oh my God, I'm on my first beer.
Yeah.
Like 5 beers in, and my buddy's like, don't be a pussy. I'm like, okay, let's show these guys what Minnesota can do. I was like, oh shit, all right. So then kicked it into high gear. But anyway, you duct tape them, and the second the can gets above your head, you can start absolutely beating the shit out of everybody who's playing the game. And dude, again, they're not messing around.
And so this is important in terms of the duct taping.
Yeah, very important. Because if your staff breaks, you're done. Yeah. And until the next person finishes their staff, they can just literally beat the shit out of you.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like it was like oh shit, there's Cody. Wham! Just like right in the side of the face. And there's like 100 people. Yeah.
What
in this party, and like people were just running around beating each other with wizard staffs.
This game, dude, like how
it was
did
intense.
How did I preface it without knowing this game by saying the games you learn there are violent, and then the game you teach us about is just
so violent?
How fast can you be allowed to beat the shit out of your friends with beer cans?
It was a bad game.
So once your staff breaks, then what?
Game over.
Game's completely over.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone's done.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so one guy gets a wizard staff.
Yeah.
and he beats everybody for as long as he can.
Yeah, that's why duct tape is so important.
Until,
So, like, you'll see the
Until
guy
the
just
staff
like.
breaks, then everyone's done.
I remember vividly this guy named Cody. I watched him drink 5 Four Locos before they changed the
laws on him.
Yeah, the laws on malt liquor versus like real liquor in a can, and it was bad. He couldn't speak on the beach, but he starts like retaping all of his cans, and everyone's like, "Oh shit!" And they just like keep chugging because they know that he's just gonna literally whip them.
Yeah.
Like you can tell by how serious he is by how much duct tape is on the cans.
Oh,
it was
God.
like half duct tape.
Okay.
The game wasn't ending until
Yeah.
someone else.
Some major overlap of the duct tape between cans.
It was scary. And Josh
Yeah.
was like, "We should run." I'm like,
Yeah.
"Oh my god!"
Oh
But
my
anyway.
gosh.
Anyway, so yeah, guys, Outlaw, so unbelievable.
Yeah.
I love it.
I love it.
If
too.
it's in your state, you're so lucky. Anyway,
Anyway, so we're hot off a trip.
hot off the Canada trip.
Hot off the Canada trip. It was pretty unbelievable.
It was insane. I've never shot that many snows.
Yeah. Tell me like what's like the first thought that comes to your head about, the trip and whatever.
The first thought.
Yeah.
Well, people keep asking me, and I'm like, "How was it?" And I'm like, "Really good."
Yeah.
They're like, "Is it really the land of the living skies?" And I was like, "Well, we killed 380 birds in 3 days.
315.
315,
Yeah.
including our ducks.
Yeah.
From the pond hunt.
Yep.
So we killed 300 birds in 3 days.
Yeah.
First day was 143. Second day was 111, and then third day was like 50. 50 darks.
Second day was 130.
Oh.
I included our ducks from the
Okay.
afternoon. You know?
Mhm. Yeah, so we were hunting with Born and Raised, as you heard in the last podcast. But we were able to sneak out to that little slough, and dude, oh, I felt so whole. Kauda was kind of crabby about being out there in the snow and the rain, but
Yeah. Damn, Carter's mic. He fucking muted himself.
It was all right.
Yeah.
it's honestly probably for the better.
Yeah, I know.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm so happy that we did that hunt.
Mm-hmm.
I really am. Because nothing made me more excited than driving through Canada and seeing so many mallards in sloughs.
Mm-hmm.
And then to go there and now look, like snow geese, I have never had snow goose hunts like that. Like I've never had snow geese decoy that well and like be in our face. And
Never.
No.
I've never had that.
Like it was honestly, I didn't even feel like we were hunting snows.
No.
You
Felt
know?
like we were hunting like songbirds at a bird feeder.
It was,
Yeah, that first day especially.
it felt weird. Like I was like, we were on this, like the snow goose hunt we had ticked off 100 birds at one point.
Right.
I remember crossing the 100 number of snow geese, and like the way they were coming in, it was like, 6 here, 12 there, 20 there.
Yeah, I think it was after the fourth volley, Eric was like, "What's our limit? 180?
Yeah.
Okay, we should probably do a count."
Yeah.
Because like the birds were doing it that well, and it's like,
Yeah.
oh my god.
And Eric is a very experienced hunter, and obviously is hunting.
Dude, he's a badass, man.
He's a badass.
He knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
Just so casually as well.
Oh yeah.
So casual. He's been doing it for 30 years.
He was one of those guys. It's so fun when you go to hunt with somebody, and you know how some guys you hunt with and it's their hunt, and they like kind of know what they want to do with it, and they're very like, "No, you go here. You do it. Why are you putting that there?" You know, it's everything's kind of like not as they expected it to be. Eric was so chill. Like, I mean, you know, anything he had to tell. Oh boy, did he kick that camera? He did, yeah. Anything you have to like that he had to tell people or like explain was like so calm. So like, oh yeah, well maybe let's do this, and then like it was just it was really fun.
Well, there was no reason not to be calm.
Right.
We hammering them.
And not only that, but like we had a really good group up there.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of guys that were there for the right reasons, knew what they were doing. Some like those guys were all hunters, you know.
No, for sure.
Like it was a lot of fun. They were incredible
It
dudes.
was a group of killers.
Yeah. And like getting there, like everybody knows what they're doing. Nobody's like, where do I grab? What do we do with? No, like people were just
So-
filling in.
What were you saying about snows versus ducks?
Oh, I was just saying, like, hunting them, like, that was unbelievable.
Mm-hmm.
But nothing feels more traditional waterfowl hunting to me, than, like, ducks in water.
Garters.
That first day was, I don't know how you could hunt better than that.
No, it was ridiculous.
Just flocks of 100 just landing at your feet.
Yeah.
Granted, a lot of those flocks, a lot flew away.
Yeah.
But it was awesome.
Yeah.
To watch.
Speaking of birds flying away, we talked about my shooting before we went to Canada.
Mm-hmm.
What'd you think?
Oh, you did pretty good. You did
Yeah.
pretty good. There's like 4 or 5 times where it was like, shit, that was a good shot. You didn't screw in that T2 though. I saw.
No.
Can't keep it.
No, I know.
Got to give it back. You're either going to use it or you're going to give it back.
Right.
So, come on.
No, totally.
No, your gun was jamming a lot. And then
my 18 was having problems.
You don't have a bolt carrier handle.
For that one, yeah.
Yeah.
Did they come yet?
No.
Okay.
No. We got some bolt handles coming from Grumpy Duck. Pretty stoked. They're
So
going to have our
stoked.
logo on it. And
I'm just pumped to have charging handles again.
Oh, shit.
Right now,
Yeah.
I got 1 for 3 guns.
That's absolutely insane.
Yeah, it's a bad deal.
So besides that, no, you're killing. Were you still a little slow to get out of the blind? Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Sure.
Especially in that slough, bruh. You was slow.
That slew was bad on one shot.
Yeah, there was one, and Joey missed one too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Joey had one that he should have killed bad. But
Cal,
there was one my God,
I was standing there. It lands there.
buddy, this bird was at 15 to 20 feet.
Closer
Mine or
than that.
yours?
No, it wasn't. It wasn't closer than that, Carter. You underestimate what a foot is, buddy.
I don't know.
Okay.
That
All he
was-
has to do is look down, man. He knows what a foot is.
Honestly, man, like, it doesn't matter. Once you're inside of 20 feet, dude, that's close. Whether it's 20 feet or 10 feet. That bird landed, and it had perfect patch of reeds directly in front of me where it landed.
Mm.
And he got up, and he moved, and I shot once at 20 feet. Missed the fuck out of him. And then I used 2 more shells as he fluttered away and kissed him goodbye.
He says,
Big, fat, beautiful Drake green-headed mallard.
he says fluttered away like we weren't in 20-mile-per-hour winds and it was just sitting still in the same spot.
Damn.
Well, it wasn't in the same spot. It didn't
Within
leave.
5 feet.
Yeah.
it-
I don't know. By third shot, it was like 10, 15 feet. The second shot, it had moved about 5 feet. Yeah.
It was rough.
It was very bad.
You got
yeah.
too excited.
I got really excited, yeah. And then the reeds covered me up. Then I got too excited and frustrated. I was like, oh, fuck, I can't. Yeah.
But no, I share the same sentiment on snow. It was like that first day, dude, I was blown away. I was in shock until like 2 hours after the hunt.
Yeah.
And that was nuts. And like we shot ducks, but they weren't working in the field, which was weird. And then the second day we went out and shot snows again. The only thing I was kind of bummed about was like we weren't really targeting ducks. And when I think of Canada, I want to just hammer greenheads.
Right. That's why that hunt was so necessary. And like it was so much fun to go do that. Especially, dude, just like the fact that we were able to do it, because being able to not hunt the 2 first ponds that we wanted to hunt because we couldn't get anybody to give us permission, and being able to go and do that and still walk out and like have a few birds really do it good.
Mm-hmm.
It was epic. And honestly, I know Carter hated the weather. Oh, it was fucking perfect.
Mm-hmm.
It was perfect.
Good for hunting, not
Got
good
me
for camel
got me
deer.
so pumped. Just felt like
Oh, dude.
my favorite hunting scenario.
It was like what? An eighth an inch
It was like snow.
per half hour mixed between sleet and snow.
Yeah.
And we had like a 20-mile-an-hour wind.
Yeah.
Ooh, that was sick.
It was sick.
The birds would start up here, and they'd come down over the slope, and they'd be like a foot
Slope.
off the slope. They'd be like
Come down over the slope. and then bam.
and they were just like a foot off the water, and then they'd
Just
hit our decoys and come straight up.
Yeah, dude, it was perfect. We were getting seen though. They didn't like something.
Yeah.
It was very weird. Like we were really tucked into some reeds. I don't know. You said you could see us, but like, damn, dude, when you like stepped in, even when you were standing, I could barely see you.
Once you get out past like 30, 50 yards, I could see you really good.
Interesting.
So like when I walked out from the other point, I was like, there. It was dark.
Okay.
It's like your like outline was there. I
Sure.
could easily tell there was someone there.
Interesting.
It was trippy.
Yeah, it's crazy. And like it's weird too because like we were on our knees for most of that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so if the birds were coming in low, like if they came in on the water, we were golden. If they came in from above us at all, we were screwed. So I don't know. We moved back. We tried to tuck into like even taller reeds. It just didn't seem to matter, but it was still unbelievable. That to me was like that scenario. I was very much in my like.
Well, and it's Canada, so we walked in there and I saw a couple hundred piling in there, and you couldn't see them at first, and you're like, "Where are they going?" Like, I don't see them. Like, I don't know if this is worth it. Remember that? You were like kind of like skeptical right at the beginning.
No, I was only skeptical about which spot we were in.
That was annoying. That was super annoying.
You
I'm
know,
looking at the map and I'm looking at what could be a public land spot and what could be a farm field, and I'm like, dude, we're good. And I saw the DU sign.
In my defense, we were obviously like my map was not integrated right, so it was telling me we were looking the opposite direction the entire time. So I'm like, no. Anyway, yeah, that was the only thing. I saw the birds. Like I knew there was birds in there. Yeah, I never objected to that.
But way more came than I thought would.
Yeah, I mean,
Just a
where we were
consistent-
walking to, like coming off the shoreline, way more than I thought was there. You couldn't see those. Nobody could see those.
Carter got pissed because our guns weren't loaded. He's like, you could have shot your limit right there.
You could have. They were 20 yards away. A bunch of them just sitting there.
Bunched up.
Yeah, I wanted it to take a while. It was a perfect day.
Yeah, I don't want to just crank 10
Oh,
right
that
off
was-
the water and just be like, okay, done.
That was a perfect day to let them just one come in. It was awesome.
Yeah, the coolest part was leaving you two and then
Sure.
walking up to the point.
Yeah.
And then I could tell when they could see me because they were doing the same thing from over there. And the entire time we were there, they were just hitting that island. No hesitation. Just
Bro, we were watching where you were, though. Like, I don't even know how you didn't shoot those birds.
Oh, they're further than you thought.
Damn.
They're further.
They look so
They're
close.
like 35, 40.
They literally look so close.
No, not even close. They're like 35, 40 where it's like I could water swat them and probably cripple them because you have like this much out of the water for like the widgeon and the divers, and pintails sit a little bit higher, but I don't know.
Well,
It just
the
it didn't
other
feel
thing-
ethical, and plus I'm just like whatever. Like I'm just watching the show.
The other thing was we had to walk to go grab the birds, and the wind was obviously at our backs. So if you shot a bird that was like 20 yards in front of you, you were running to get that bird.
Yeah, and we didn't know how
100%.
deep it was either.
Right.
So it's like, how far can we?
I know.
But
Yeah.
the bottom was great. It wasn't like too mucky.
Once you got out a little bit, like closer to shore is rough. There's a few spots on our end too, but
I didn't mind that at all. I can handle that all day. It's not
no, it
where
wasn't bad.
it's not where we shot those ducks with
No.
Gavin and Isaac, where
Right.
it's just like a hard bottom. That place is unbelievable.
Right.
But it wasn't bad. It was just very breathtaking.
Yeah.
I'm out of shape. I'm out of shape, dude.
Yeah.
But no, it was the coolest thing because you were kind of like concerned, like, are you okay? Because I wasn't shooting.
Well, you weren't
was no
saying
noise.
anything,
Yeah,
like
no.
we hadn't heard from it. And really, you originally had just walked over there because there was all those birds, so you were going to scare them up.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, that's what we thought. That's what the conversation was. Oh, they're
I was
all
gonna go
landing
sit.
over there. And so I was like, okay, well, if he's going to walk and pick them up. And then you were over there for like an hour and a half, hadn't heard from you, hadn't made noise, you hadn't shot. And to us, these birds are 20 feet from you.
Mm-hmm.
And so I legit was actually just thinking like, damn, I mean, if someone had actually just like tripped and hit their head or like fallen in the water or something, I'd have absolutely no idea. The wind is ripping 40 miles an hour. Would never know. So
I was just taking it in.
I better just give them a shout.
I was just taking it in. There's probably like 50 that landed within 30 yards, but there were so many more ducks coming, and I wanted to see what they would do and if they could see me. I was really playing with like where they could and couldn't see me.
Yeah.
And once I mean the thing is true. If you can see them, they can see you. So I'm just like,
Yeah.
so I really got down. Like, I saw him coming, and I knelt all the way down. So, like, where the pencil reeds are thin, as you get lower, it gets thicker, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
I would, like, put him in between the reeds. But, wow. I'd put him in between the reeds and go down, and I'd, like, keep my eyes solely focused on them, and then I'd kind of, like, peek my head up a little bit to see him. So, like, I had trouble seeing the birds come in, and that's when they were finishing right there.
Yeah.
So, it was just, like, they for sure could see us where we were. That's the only reason why they didn't come in. Guaranteed.
Yeah. That's crazy.
No, but I landed like, what, 800 before I shot. And when I shot...
You landed? Or
No,
there was
well,
like 800 that landed there. You mean?
They landed,
Oh, yeah.
It was a lot.
Yeah.
And I was very patient. Because I could water swat at 35 yards, but
yeah,
why not just like take in the show and...
For sure.
Pick a nice one, and then I couldn't even bring it back from Canada.
Yeah, which we're going to get into. But one thing I wanted to bring up from that hunt before we move past it, which they are a sponsor of this podcast, First Light. I was super impressed with our gear.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, which I know like we wore it last year too and tried it out some, but being on that hunt is one of those hunts where you're like, it's cold as shit, and it's, snow, sleet, so it's wet. We had some rain earlier in the day. So you just kind of get a chance to like put it to the test.
Yeah, it was like 32, 33 degrees with a high humidity.
Yeah.
And it was windy. It was like 20 degrees.
20 miles an hour.
Windproof, or 20 miles per hour. And it was like windproof, waterproof, and didn't overheat when we were packing stuff in like a half mile.
No.
3/4 of a mile. It's like 700 yards, whatever that is. Is that like 3/8?
It's like a third of a mile.
Third of a mile.
It's actually closer to a half.
Anyway, we didn't overheat on the way in. Didn't get too cold. I wasn't cold anywhere other than my fingertips.
Right. Yeah, I wasn't cold either.
It was great.
It was weird. It was one of those things where typically I feel like a lot of the time I'm used to getting out there and like being in that hunt and being like, at some point or another, I'm slightly uncomfortable or like I'm a little cold or, something like that, and thinking about my layers and how I'm wearing everything. And we were like, I don't know, 2 hours into that hunt, and I was like, damn, I haven't thought about like my being cold or being anything like the entire time I was comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
The boots are super comfy.
Yeah.
So
that was my first trip ever wearing First Light.
Yeah.
I think that's my first hunt ever where it's like cold out and I didn't feel cold. Like last year I was cold as shit on our hunt and it wasn't even that cold out.
Yeah, you were that day was cold though.
But
it
it
got
was
super
like,
wet.
Yeah, but it was raining and shit during our hunt and I was perfectly fine. That's like the warmest I've been on a cold hunt ever.
What's your jacket called?
It was like the Chamberlain
Puffy. Yeah, puffy. It's like the big jacket.
Amazing. My favorite jacket ever now.
Yeah, Carter the whole time was like, I don't think I'll ever hunt again without this.
No,
so like ever since we got back from Canada, we were there. It was 32 degrees every morning. It was like frost. And then we get back and it's cold here too.
Yeah.
It's 32 degrees every morning.
Yeah.
Wild.
It's pretty
This
crazy.
morning was 30.
Yeah.
And it's what, October 11th?
Yeah. Is that?
That's crazy.
Yeah, 11th.
Yep.
And so like that first cold snap of the year, your body hasn't acclimated enough. And I was fine in Canada. The only time that I was cold is when we were back at camp cleaning birds and doing whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, and I will say too that I think that second day I was just wearing rugged wool and we got rained on and I was still warm.
It was wool.
It's wool. It's just nice when it works like that. It's just cool.
When your gear actually like holds up.
Yeah, it was just nice.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway, so
Ketchup chips.
dude, I've seen so many snaps and Instagram stories of like all dressing chips, ketchup chips.
All dressed are unreal.
Yeah.
Like no lie. And like it honestly reminds me a lot of like a New Orleans style chip. I feel like it's almost the same exact thing. But the fact that you can't buy all dressed in America is fucking annoying. I'm annoyed.
That one bag we had lasted
1
half
minute?
an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I grabbed them and then Grant picked out all these other chips and I'm like, these are gonna be gone immediately.
Yeah, well, when you're with a couple of thick boys,
Mm-hmm.
Naturally the saturated fats are going to go like that,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
Damn, boy.
You know what, Joey? You know what? You know what, dude? I think you got your one little fat joke in today, okay? All right?
It wasn't my joke.
Well, you know, you claimed it almost.
That's the cool part. No. That's that guy. Whatever his name was.
Me and Carter work hard to be this fat.
We can shout him out if you want.
Do it. What's his name?
Don't shout him out. Fuck it. Absolutely not. Nope. Don't get shout outs. No chance.
So pissed.
No chance.
So
No,
pissed.
no. Not pissed at all. Not pissed at all. But we don't give shine. It's funny though.
Unbelievable. So yeah, the chips were amazing. But what I noticed about the food up there, dude, it was just Minnesota. Just hearty.
Yeah.
Like tater tot hot dish. You want some meatloaf? You want some roast beef?
Mac and cheese.
It was so good. Loaded
was.
mac and cheese.
It was awesome.
First night was spaghetti bake.
Yeah.
And that was like, whoa. Okay. This is October. I just got home from school.
Yeah.
And I have a little bit of homework to do, but not a lot because it's still kind of the beginning of the year.
It brought me back so hard.
Instantly.
Dude, talk about the twinkle.
The twinkle. Oh my God. I recognize the word. Who was twinkling?
Are you serious?
Remind me.
Caudio Cauda. Oh. What?
I can't believe you forgot.
Yeah, we had like a big convo about that.
That's so funny. I had to remember.
So we're sitting there at dinner one night, and we're eating, and Carter has clearly been... Caudio Cauda has been very sick of our shit now, I think, for a couple days.
Well, he was on the road for 4 days before this. Goes home for what? A couple hours?
I didn't go home.
You didn't go... Oh, you went to your parents' house, and then we went up to
And
Canada.
Grant's got energy, too. Like, Grant's got energy. And so then it's me...
Cal, Grant, and I are just like, fuck yeah.
They don't
Yeah,
work as hard as me, so they had a bunch of energy.
Yeah, I can tell by looking at you. So, we... You bitch. So, so Grant, Cal, and I are just...
Yeah, too much fun.
Going up on the way to Canada, and Carter's just like,
What? I hope you got that face.
Oh, you guys are having fun? Let me ruin it for you.
Okay.
I get car sick.
No.
I do.
I'm going to take Dramamine. My tummy hurts.
Causic Cauda.
Fuck off.
Causic Cauda.
Grow up. You know?
Causic Cauda.
Well, guys, I'm getting a little car sick. Could I?
I didn't say that at all.
Loser.
Yeah. Dude.
And that's okay.
This is amazing. And so we're sitting there
bitch,
though
but
at
it's okay.
dinner. We're sitting there at dinner, and Carter
been so
Carter has
crabby for
been
a day and a
so crabby for a few days.
Exhausted.
And we get this meal, and Carter, which night was it? It was roast
night.
beef. Yeah.
And what? There was like
roast
900
beef, mac and cheese,
It was night one. wasn't it?
potatoes.
No, it was two.
No, it was like
potatoes,
corn, cream corn,
It was Canadian Thanksgiving.
salad. Nope, that was the last night.
Yeah.
And salad, and I don't even know what else
was
there
a
was.
smorgasbord.
Anyway, it was
Yeah.
so much food, and Carter is sitting there and
Cracks his
he's-
first smile.
He's smiling, and he's not talking to anybody. He's sitting there eating, and he's smiling. And Joey looks at me and he goes, "Dude, if you could just seen the twinkle in Carter's eye."
Just felt like home.
Twinkling. This kid's twinkling, dude.
How'd you describe it? You're like, it's fall time at Grandma and Grandpa's on the farm.
On the firm.
On the firm, dude.
He said on the firm.
Yeah.
It's just this.
And the whole time after I said, dude, you just got like a little twinkle in your eye. And then he continues to have said twinkle and charm for the first time in his life.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, wow, this is so funny. This is how hard this food hits home. It was that homey.
The first
Yeah.
night was a little spicy for him with the spaghetti.
Yeah, baked was one step too many. And my parents don't put that much effort into our food.
Yeah.
So,
And
Black
then-
pepper and salt. That's about as much spice as you get.
not the pepper.
Not the pepper, dude.
So Norwegian.
Easy on the salt, too.
Yeah.
So Anyway, though, the second night, and then actually also the third night, Carter, you were twinkling that night too.
No, not as much.
Oh, yeah. We had chicken, and we had stuffing, and gravy, and mashed potatoes. You're smiling right now just thinking about it.
It's pretty good.
Look at him, Joey. He's smiling so much,
today.
bro. Look at him. He's just excited, dude. You start talking about Thanksgiving food, and Carter just fucking smiles. He can't even help it.
What a time to be alive.
It was good.
Holy shit. I just like anytime we need to smile at a Carter, just bring him to a Betty Crocker's.
Dude, I've been writing it down.
Cracker
Every time
Barrel.
he smiles, I'm writing it down.
Bring him to a Cracker Barrel, dude. That kid'll just light up.
That shit's rare
Like a
than
fucking Christmas tree.
that shit's rarer than shooting a fucking blonde.
Holy
you
shit. Speaking of Cowdy Ocado, Carter also, he claims that he can only sleep with melatonin, but
good
on this
topic.
trip,
Good topic.
we actually we proved that's not true.
I took melatonin every night.
Yeah, you didn't take it in the car ride though,
Did you?
did you? Now
I did.
You took melatonin in the car.
Oh, not in the car, no.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, you slept like a fucking baby.
I slept for half an hour, maybe.
Carter?
No, dude, you slept like a
On
goat.
the way home, Carter,
I didn't sleep on the way home.
you didn't sleep, but on the way there, you slept like a baby
I did not.
You
for
were
about
sleeping.
4 hours.
You were sleeping, dude.
For 4 hours.
No, it's about 3. I'd say 3 is
It
on
was
par.
not.
Oh, yeah.
It was
You-
not even an hour because we were
you
about to get to
drilled
Yorkton.
out that 3-hour nap like you took double melatonin.
Whatever.
Both of you were sleeping for a long time. Cal and I were talking mad shit.
Yeah.
You were
Both of-
sleeping
both
since
of
we
you
hit the North
being you and
Dakota
Grant.
border. I don't want to hear it, buddy.
My God, dude.
He slept.
Carter thought Carter thought he could beat me in a foot race.
Oh, yeah.
Oh God.
Are
yeah.
you
You did sleep the whole way home though. let's
shitting
not.
me? Yeah, for sure.
It was close.
Okay.
The second time.
Carter, it wasn't close, buddy.
We did a 40-yard dash, and you got your ass smoked.
You false started the first time.
Oh, this is a first?
No, I called it out right away. That's why I did it the second
Yeah.
time, and it was closer.
This is amazing. I think we're gonna do a new segment, Carter's confidence level. Like a Carter confidence meter, and every week the topic will change, but we'll just see how confident you are.
CCL, dude.
We'll see how confident you are that you could beat Joey in something, and it'll just turn into a whole series. The problem is, Carter, how many of those do you have to lose before you're like, this series sucks?
It would never. It
You
would never suck.
say that. Okay.
Because I can beat him at something every week.
You think so?
Oh, yeah.
Name it.
Shooting.
All right.
Shooting what?
Anything.
Interesting.
Gun, rifle, bow. Whatever. Whatever it may be.
Shotgun?
Oh, yeah.
Were you third?
Second. State trap.
Well, if you ain't first, you're last.
I know.
Damn, Carter was second state trap.
I was pretty good.
That is pretty fucking good.
And that
Carter.
was like my junior year, and I was on varsity.
What about your senior
Is that
year?
a big deal in Chicago? Or?
Senior year was COVID. So,
Damn, that sucks.
I mean,
He was coming for the title.
Hey, man. He's that young.
yeah.
That sucks.
He was in
Yeah.
high school during COVID.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, my God.
That's crazy.
I could beat you in football.
I'm going to throw up.
1-on-1, 2-on-2, whatever.
Well, like...
How
Like
do you
who-
one-on-one in football, by the way?
Wide receiver defender. You ever play that game? Like
No.
Cal would be the quarterback, and then we'd go turn for turn. You'd be the corner. I'd be the wide receiver.
Sure,
Just
you
catch.
can do that.
You
Or
think you could beat me in that? Me catching and running?
I think me and Cal could beat you and Gavin in a 2-on-2 game.
I don't know anything about
Yeah.
football, but if
Yeah.
it's
Yeah,
catching and
probably.
running against your fat ass, I'm... we got you.
No.
Yeah. What do you weigh?
Enough.
I don't
Going down.
think that, like, if me and you were like 1v1 wide receiver defender, I don't know that you would like be able to stop me catching balls.
It's more than just speed.
But like I think
Dude, the humility out of you tonight is just at a peak.
what do you mean? What else have I said bad or I've said talked up
It was
about
before
myself?
the pod.
Oh, gotcha.
But anyway,
We started the podcast calling me fat, so I think I made up for a little bit, right? I gained some of it back.
no, but anyway.
Anyway.
Anything you can do, I can do better.
That's amazing.
Wrong.
minus technology.
Wrong.
But technology is a big part of the world.
I know.
It is.
I know, but we're talking about physicality here.
Okay. Oh, brain power is not involved in this?
I could beat you in a quiz. I was beating your ass
Joey,
in
this might be one place
I was
where-
whooping him in whatever trivia show we were watching.
Jeopardy.
I was whooping you.
Yeah, that's,
Yeah, there was a lot in that one I didn't know.
like Joey, I'm not even being mean. Me too. Like you would whoop me too, but you probably have us, bro, on the technology and the informational side of things. Brain power. He might have us.
Went to school more recently, so it's still up there.
It's pretty valid.
Life experience, you're fucked, but
Yep.
that's just, you're from Chicago.
We're just going to leave it at life experience. So anyway, Carter thought he could beat me in a 40-yard dash.
Yeah.
And what did we find out, Carter?
It was closer than you thought.
No, actually, it wasn't.
That's not.
I
what we're
lost.
talking about, Carter.
Well, how bad?
The second time by a body length. The first time I gave up halfway through
was a
because you
long
false
body.
started.
But I stopped running when Grant sprinted ahead of me by a second.
By the way, the body length is Andre the Giant. I'm just gonna throw that out there. It was Yao Ming. Yao Ming
7'8".
body length. Yeah. It was a 40-yard dash, and Carter lost by a third of that. No, I'm just kidding.
It was that bad.
It wasn't that bad.
Guys, you go follow Carter on Instagram.
Yeah.
And then you follow me on Instagram. And just based on
Joey.
and then just based on what you see in the photos, who's gonna win in a 40-yard dash?
Yeah. Yeah, do that.
Who's gonna win in a 40-yard dash?
But you have to follow me to judge.
Holy shit. The best part was, too, this is really funny. So we come back in after Joey has demolished Carter in a 40-yard dash. And we come back in and Carter's like, he wasn't finished, So
Yeah.
he's like, you think I could beat you? And I'm like, and then everybody's like, well, let's find out. So we go back outside. I stretched. This is the funny part. You weren't there. So Carter's standing over there and he goes, you really think you got me that bad, huh? And I'm like stretching and shit, and I do a practice start. So I take like 3 steps off the line and Carter goes, oh, fuck yeah, you got me. And we hadn't even raced yet. He's sitting there. He watched me do like my practice start just to feel it out.
Oh my god.
And he goes, yep, that'll do it.
Oh my god. That was honestly adorable though.
Yeah.
Like if we were to get into a fight, which is wild that you think you could beat me in a fight. If we were to get into a fight and you got a lucky hit on me, I'm going down.
Yeah,
You know?
obviously.
If you can hit, which looking at you, don't think so.
He's got training.
He's got mad training.
He's got a lot of training.
So, but like in a race, I'm definitely your papa. It was a forward in soccer.
I was the underdog.
Yeah.
We'll put it that way.
My concern for you, Carter,
10,000 to
would be
1
in football, Carter. My concern for you would be, when are you getting open?
I was open a lot when I played last.
But with
what
Joey,
was that? 12 years ago?
3 months ago.
But Carter, I'm saying,
Cooked 'em.
but I'm saying with Joey,
Cooked him, he said.
Oh, I got
He's
some
like-
nasty routes in the bank.
because he's got like he's twice as fast. So even if your cut is really good, he's
I'm
got
catching up.
2 steps to your 1 step.
We could do this for TikTok if you want.
I'm down.
Beach ass.
Okay,
Let's do it.
yeah, I'll fucking do it. Yeah, let's do
Wait,
it.
can
I'm fine.
Can I not hit him until he touches the ball?
This is nothing with tackle.
There's no tackling.
It's just defending the pass.
Yeah, this is just passing and.
Oh, so I
defending
can just,
pass.
like,
bat the ball down.
interference.
You-
Yeah.
well,
How much can I touch you in
just like
football?
interference. Light touching is allowed. Pulling of shirts or bodies,
Obviously.
holding not allowed.
But like,
You cannot hit him
is
at the line. You can stuff him.
think about how hard I hit in soccer. Nowhere near that.
No,
Is it like as you both are running for a runaway or a breakaway?
like
You're
okay. Let's
you can
brushing
slap
shoulders?
hands, but that's
yeah.
about
You can like Carter. Don't ever do that.
Is it
again
like-
when
is it
talking
like-
about football? Carter goes. You can slap hands. Don't ever do that again.
Is it like a basketball foul or is it like a soccer foul?
Like how like big guys bump each other on the line for a ball.
No, I
At
don't
the-
watch football.
The baseline, Joey, basketball. You know how big guys like battle for a ball
Yeah.
down low? You could probably do a little bit of that.
Oh, you're done. You're done.
But but
You can't
as a
interfere with the
defender,
pass.
you cannot be. Your focus has to be on the ball, not on him.
If I can touch him, he's fucked.
But like if you, the other thing is
Penalty.
too, is if you are going for the ball, then it doesn't matter if you like bump into him going for the ball. That's allowed. If you were trying to make a play on the football, then anything's allowed.
What
You
do you
can
think
fucking
Carter's-
run into him if you need to.
What do you think Carter's vert is? Like 8 inches.
Vertical. Carter.
I need some bullet passes right in the chest. We don't need any jump balls.
Like the only way Carter is beating you is if you play really weak coverage and he takes like 5-yard dig routes. Like constantly, like he runs
Just
5
hitch.
yards and just turns around.
Yep.
The ball's right there.
Yep.
Like that's the only way Carter's beating you.
I could beat him on a slant.
He's gonna blame it. He's gonna blame it on
Joey's
the
gonna
quarterback.
jam that slant because he doesn't know how to play football, and it's not like there's 6 other routes running out there for him to like lose behind him on.
Yeah.
So he's gonna jump the route, and you're fucked.
Still think I could do it.
No, I want to do it. We're gonna set it up. We'll get Gavin involved, and then the 4 of us can.
Then he'll blame it on the quarterback for throwing bad
Well, no.
throws.
If we're doing like 10, I get 10 receiver reps. You get 10 receiver reps. I think I beat you because you'll get gassed. You were gassed after 2 40-yard dashes.
That
I
is
wasn't gas.
You were.
That is one thing. His cardio is fucking good. That's why we do call him cardio. His cardio is solid, bro. So like if it's 10 routes in a row,
We'll see.
by route 7, he's
What's the
still gonna
average
have more in the
yardage?
tank
What's the average
of a
yardage?
route.
Yeah.
Probably 15 yards, 10, 15 yards.
You're fucked.
No.
Short, explosive
Ooh.
movements. You're out. You are out.
We'll see. We'll see.
I mean,
We'll see.
Have you seen these thighs, boy?
We'll see.
Come on.
Oh shit.
You're also like 5'4", so I got the height advantage.
Are you actually taller than Joey?
I think so.
I don't know. He's like 5'11".
My license says
5'11" and
6'1".
change.
You're 6'1"?
My license says it.
Well, that's
Not the way you walk, boy.
he's like this. I don't want to be.
My guy is leaned over.
I don't want to be.
He said, "Have you seen my chin lately? Ever seen my chin?
It's against my religion to cut my my
You're what?
beard.
Unbelievable.
I have to look like this.
Unbelievable. Oh my
I
gosh.
fucked it up because it was too funny.
Yeah. Another sponsor I wanted to talk about, Joe, that we absolutely missed so badly in Canada was Onyx Hunt. And guys, I cannot tell you how unbelievable it is to try to get permission and hunt and find spots without Onyx. And Canada hasn't figured anything out. They have an app called iHunter that is the worst app I think I've ever used in my life. And it was absolutely the first time where I was, because I don't think I've honestly ever hunted really without Onyx.
No.
Like I've had Onyx since day one.
Mm-hmm.
And so to not have Onyx, it was very weird.
Very privileged of you to not have to use a plat map.
I know, dude.
That shit sucked.
Yep.
Is this the road we're on?
Yep.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's awful.
God, that shit sucked.
That's basically what Canada has is a virtual plat map. That's what iHunter is. It's the virtual plat map.
This shows you the lines.
Yeah, I literally was still using Onyx to find like distances and stuff. And like I was setting waypoints on Onyx, which you can still get maps, but it doesn't have any like information about landowners and stuff.
Right.
So I was literally still using Onyx and then having to try to find a landowner in iHunter. It was unbelievable, dude. So that said, anyway, if you don't have Onyx, you should use our code MWF30. Nope, MWF20, which gets you 20%. It's like how we still, oh now brown cow. Just MWF20, 20% off your Onyx membership. Elite membership also gets you a bunch of other discounts too, so check that out. Let me look here. I actually had a few more things that were on a list.
You're good, dude. I'm just hammering pistachios.
I know, dude. It's unbelievable, actually.
They're so good.
No.
Ooh, Grant saw Phantom Tornadoes. Thought that was funny. Just a little.
Oh my God.
Yeah, we were like driving, and Grant, I don't know if he just woke up from a nap or something, but he's like, dude, it's raining over there. I'm like, where, dude? Oh, right there. And he's like, are those tornadoes? And what it was the dust coming off of a truck as it drove down a road. So
I've never heard such stupidity.
Yeah.
yeah,
Bad.
that was unbelievable, and wish he was here to defend himself, but
There was nothing he could say.
yeah,
He watched.
it was really funny
he
too.
watched
Because then I
torna-
was like, Grant, if you see a tornado, dude, you're gonna know. Trust me, you're
And
gonna
then
know.
that night he stayed up late to watch tornado chasing videos, so he knew what they looked like.
Yeah, yeah. And then the next day he was like, "Hey, by the way, I saw some videos last night." And he's like, "Now I know what you mean about like knowing it's tornado." Okay, yeah.
You know what's trippy about tornadoes?
What's that?
Is if it looks like it's not moving, it's coming exactly in your direction. It means you're
Yeah.
going to get hit by it.
Yeah. Have you seen tornadoes live?
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, we used to get them a lot more. Remember back in the day?
Yeah.
Like,
Do we get less now?
Out west in Minnesota, there's still a good few every year.
Yeah.
But
Did
No,
you,
but
have you seen them, Carter?
yeah,
Yeah.
my dad was or still is a firefighter. So whenever there's bad weather, they had to go find where the tornadoes were so they could call them out and stuff. So
Wow.
right along with that.
they were spotters?
Yeah.
Wow. That's kind of cool.
Sounds sick.
No, one time I was in high school. We had an F4 tornado through Corcoran. And for whatever reason, my entire family went in the basement, completely forgot about me.
Oh,
It was
yeah?
like right before school.
Nice.
Like right before school.
Yeah.
It was like 7:30 and I'm waking up. I'm like, oh shit, I'm late. I walk out and I go to the bathroom and I come out and like nobody's awake. And I'm like, oh God, did the rapture happen?
Yeah.
And then I notice like some shit hitting the house. And I look out my window and my window is doing this, dude. Like the entire pane of glass is probably moving like 4 to 5 inches either direction. So you can see the window like it's about to shatter. I'm like, holy what is going on? And I go to my parents' room and it's got a big picture window. That window was moving like it was making a terrible noise. I thought for sure that thing was going to break any second. And I see this black funnel going over the lake and back over here. And I'm like, Dad, freaking out. I think I was like a 7th grader. Everyone's in the basement. Nobody woke me up. Sleeping through an F4 tornado. And then get down in the basement. They're like, come down here. Get down there and we hear a really loud boom. Like ginormous. Thought a bomb went off. Turns out the tornado hit someone's furnace off. And then that hit the propane tank. And everyone died in the home. 7:40 a.m. in Corcoran. Just
No way.
boom, like a huge explosion. And we drove past it on our way to school. Wild.
What?
I'm like,
Holy shit.
and like the tornado.
How did I never know about this?
No. Pretty wild.
Yeah.
That's insane.
It was really scary.
Yeah.
Like you could see where the tornado went through, and just like everything was trash.
Yeah.
It was like people's roofs in the street, and
That's
pretty wild.
That hit your neighborhood?
No, it didn't hit our neighborhood. It was probably like a mile
Okay.
outside, like past the lake.
Yeah.
Like going towards civilization, and it was like a decent ways away, but it was still pretty big, and you could just feel how violent it was from a mile.
Yeah.
Crazy. Like when I say the glass was moving like this, it freaked me out. Like, what is happening? I thought I was in the Twilight Zone.
Yeah, I've never been that close to one.
Pretty wild.
Yeah.
I've seen them like in the distance, and like you're going a different way.
You know
way
those
far out, but
those vehicles where they put like anchors into the ground?
yeah, like a storm chaser.
Mm-hmm. My cousin did that for like 7 years.
That's insane.
He had a bunch of videos on his phone.
I was
He would
gonna
always
say-
show me at like family gatherings. I'm like, oh my God.
like being inside one of those cars is insane. Insane. Have you seen that,
Some of them
Carter?
still get
Yeah.
thrown. Some of them
Dude.
still get thrown.
It's unreal. It's unreal. Has anyone died doing that? Like
Oh,
in the cars with the things that go down?
Oh, you mean testing the vehicle? Yeah. There's the eye of the storm.
Yeah.
They weighed it down and then they shoot these poles into the ground and then it barbs out.
Yeah, I've seen it. Well, actually, one movie I really like is Twister. Great movie.
Okay.
Have you seen it?
Yeah.
Why are you making that face?
Yeah.
You don't like it?
Mm-mm.
Oh, it's a cool movie. I like it. It's just it'd be a fun like thing to do. Just chase tornadoes. Be fun.
I'm good.
I'm probably not gonna, but it could be fun though.
Yeah, if you're into dying.
At the border crossing, I did think they're gonna take everything out of the truck.
Yeah.
I really did. Once they went through the cab, it was like, honestly, it was funny because like we went up there and like the way they acted about it was like we were going to be piecing out of there pretty quick. You know, came in and they had me and Joey come in, obviously do all of our gun declaration stuff and whatever, and paid for all that. And it seemed like it was just like a breeze. We go back outside. Then they're like, all right, guys, we are going to have you guys all come inside. We're going to search the vehicle.
Well, I knew we were screwed when they came out with latex gloves.
Yep.
I'm like, damn it. No.
Yeah.
Shit. And it's like we had nothing to be nervous about or whatever. I think that the reason why they checked our vehicle was we had 4 guns. We both brought a 12 gauge and a 20 gauge, and we had 4 people in our vehicle, and we only declared 2 of us were hunting.
Mm-hmm.
So they're like, let's check it.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what threw us off.
Maybe. I'm not really sure. Either way, they checked the entire cab. So like that we got out, they checked the whole cab. They
Pretty
literally
thorough.
Pretty fucking thorough. Yeah, like the one guy would check a bag and then the other guy would come around the truck and he would check the same bag. Like they were like looking in the same exact stuff. They checked every compartment, they folded up seats, they looked everywhere. Then they went to the back. And I don't know if anyone saw the story we put up, but she was tight.
Mm-hmm.
We packed that thing down like Tetris in there. So they opened the back and they looked at our guns and they were like kind of looking around in the back, dude. And I saw the one guy just kind of look back there, you know, like
no,
nah, fuck this. I'm not pulling all these damn bags out today, dude. Mm-mm. And they kind of rolled up the tonneau cover just a little bit and they were looking in there. And then the other guy came back and they kind of talked for a second. And that was it. They decided they weren't going to be pulling every bag out. But for a second, man, I was like, these guys they're really going to pull every bag out.
Yep.
On the way back through, Joey and I had brought back like 7 ducks and 1
it was 10.
blue goose.
10.
No, it was 7.
7.
Yeah. 7 ducks, 1 blue goose.
Mm-hmm.
And got to the border. You have to have a wing on.
Real quick. I want to talk about how easy it was to get into Canada.
Yeah.
So easy. So actually, we're going to talk about going to Canada and how easy it was and what you actually need to know and declare and all that stuff in our 10-Minute Tuesday from this week. So go check that out. But in the meantime, I want to talk to you guys about one of our... They're all really good companies, man. There's no, like, favorite.
Yeah.
You know, I keep saying one of our favorites, but... Anyway, RW Coolidge makes amazing leather duck straps and timber straps, and the leather, the brass, everything in those things. When Heinz and I shot all those geese in North Dakota, I hung 10 of those giant molt migrators, like for a couple pictures, and left it there. I wanted to see how well it would hold up because I could barely put this thing over my shoulder.
Yeah.
It was heavy. It stayed there.
Yeah.
I'm like, so the brass and the leather is just insane from RW Coolidge. That's by far my favorite product that he makes. So the duck straps are so sick, and he'll personalize them.
Oh, yeah.
It's cool. Cal got me a push present for when Aziza was born, and it has her name on it and the Midwest Flyways logo, and it is badass. I almost don't even want to use it. You know?
Yeah.
It's too cool. But
yeah, wear it in a little. You know, wear it in a little bit. Yeah, but go check out rwcoolidge.com. Sick. Joey, did you have any other thoughts that were like, you know, front of mind about Canada that you wanted to bring up?
how easy it was and how bad I want to go back,
Yeah.
like, immediately. And the only thing stopping me is how much work I have.
Yeah. Yeah, it was unbelievable.
Like, that was so easy, dude.
It's just the drive.
No, if it's like that, it's worth the drive.
Oh yeah.
No questions. For how easy that was at the border, shit.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we'll talk about it in the 10-minute Tuesday, but it was pretty chill.
It was lit.
Yeah. So we were gonna say though, on the way back through, took our birds.
Yeah. No, I was gonna bring a pintail and a blue goose back to mount, and then obviously traveling with wildlife, you have to keep a wing attached so it can be identified, so you're not over your limit. So I was like, well, we killed them last night. We're leaving first thing in the morning. Let's just leave them whole, and then we'll clean them when we get back home. We're going to be home in 14 hours, you know?
And it was so cold, so it was perfect.
Yeah, it was freezing out.
Right.
And I put ice in the cooler and kept the birds really nicely stacked in there.
Yeah.
And then we get to the border, and then they had a fish and wildlife.
It's like conservation check-in.
Yeah, it was a check-in right before the border.
Yep.
And it was like, I was nervous just because, like, what if I forgot a rule or something? But
Sure.
They were so cool and whatever. But they did tell us that because the birds weren't gutted, we couldn't bring the birds into America because of the bird flu.
Yeah.
And so they're like, you can sit here and gut them, and then you can bring them across. But I'm pretty sure they're going to stop you up there, and they're going to turn you around. And it's going to be a half hour to get back here, and it sucked.
Yeah.
But
so we ended up, they will take them there, and then they'll donate the meat. So we turned them over, but that was a bummer. That goose was unbelievable.
That snow goose was sick, or that blue goose was sick. And then if we're traveling somewhere like that, I want to bring meat home. Because those ducks, all those ducks that we shot on that slough, dude, their gullets were just so filled with wheat.
Oh my gosh, dude.
Like, you pick up the mallard by the head, and like your pinky is touching this huge brooded neck.
Yeah.
And you're just like, oh my God. I didn't even have to cut it open, see what they're eating, because it was just like,
yeah.
They were chock full.
It was
unreal. And they were
unreal.
coming back to water to transition before they went to roost. And it's just like, oh my God. So I was pretty bummed out that we couldn't bring those home to eat. And my wife was bummed out too. She's like, you didn't bring home any birds? I was like, I got stopped. You know? And they're like, you won't be able to get in because of the bird flu. It's like, that sucks.
Yeah, it's literally the dumbest thing I think I've ever heard. Mm-hmm. Like, you can't bring a bird that you processed and you want to bring home, but they fly over the border.
Well, like, how would those birds transfer bird flu? Think about it. The only way that I can think about how it would happen is if you own a huge farm, right? And you put these dead ducks after you get home. Let's say they have bird flu. Put these dead ducks in the same pen as like 1,000 chickens. And you're like, I'm going to cut those up later. This is where the chopping block is, whatever. Mm-hmm. And then it spreads through the aviary or the coop. And then that guy sells chickens. And
sure.
That's the only way possible, but that's such
a minute number of
I mean, that's where
scenarios.
my mind was going. Is like, how could this possibly transfer bird flu to any other bird? Like, I'm just going to chuck it at a live bird and be like, oops, here you go.
I don't know, dude.
How?
Doesn't make sense.
So that was like, I was really bummed about that.
Yeah.
Pretty butthurt.
Yeah, it's crazy.
This is the second blue goose that was going to get mounted.
Taken away from you?
Taken away from me.
Damn.
Sucks. And the first one was taken away from me due to a bad freezer. It's not like it got restitution.
Did you lose power or the freezer went out?
The freezer went bad.
Oh, damn.
And then all my roommates were like, oh, I better grab my meat out of here before it melts. And then they just left my dead birds at the bottom of the freezer, covered in blood. Like a foot of blood. It's like sick.
A foot of blood? What do you mean a foot of blood?
They didn't catch the freezer going out right away. So it was probably like 3-4 days. So like all that stuff was defrosting and all this blood from like 5 dudes worth of meat in a giant freezer. Pretty cool.
A foot of blood?
It was a lot. It was enough to where like I picked up a bag and I'm like, just immediately put it back in, taped the freezer shut, and we took it out and took it straight to a landfill. Like, there's no other way. Because
oh my God.
By the time I got home from my trip, they had been sitting in blood for like a week. Bullshit. I'm so pissed about that. So many awesome sentimental birds just gone. It's like 7 or 8. I'm pissed.
Yeah, that's insane.
But anyway.
That's wild. Yeah, let's give me some outro music, Carter. Before we go, by the way, Migra's still doing their boat ramp tour. So go check it out. They have really actually some sick giveaways.
When's their next deal?
I don't know. I mean,
I think
they
it's
just
in late October.
Is it? I don't. Either way, go check it out. They literally are giving away like $10,000 to 3 different people. It's crazy. $10,000 worth of stuff.
The Migration Hunt giveaway. The Great Migration
Hunt giveaway. There's 2 of them, I think. Oh yeah, it's the boat ramp tour separate. The Great Migration Hunt giveaway. So go check that out. And we'll be back. We got other stuff planned. We're pumped.
Dude, before we forget, one more thing.